See, breakfast literally means break fast. It's the first food activating the digestive system after the overnight hours when nothing was eaten for a while. So it actually doesn't matter when you eat. You can even break your fast at noon or 2 p.m. It's really what you eat that is important. Because the first thing you eat will affect the response of two major things: hunger hormones and gut bacteria. So the right or wrong food will set the stage for cravings, energy levels, and even your mood for the rest of the day. So the first thing a person eats every day, no matter what time of the day that is incredibly important to get right. Most people really have no idea what a big difference their gut health and the right food can have on the quality of daily life. If you want better energy, focus, weight, skin, and digestion, it all starts with healthy gut bacteria.
My name is Dr. Amy Lee. I'm the founder and director of the Integrative Wellness Center in Los Angeles. Much of the food you encounter every day is the same. Breads, meats, canned foods, anything that big food manufacturers want to stay fresh longer, so they have a bigger window to sell it to you and a better chance of making a profit. What preservatives do is prevent bacteria from breaking down food. Here's the problem. They make it very tough for your stomach to break it down as well, or even know that it's food at all. The preservatives form a block around your food, and do you remember what your body does when it finds something foreign? Yep, it turns it into fat. That, or it runs it straight out of your body undigested. This is why preservatives are responsible for many digestive problems you may have experienced. Too many trips to the bathroom, bloating and gas, heartburn or indigestion, and most often constipation. One of the things that doesn't help matters is how fast we eat our food these days. You may have heard that you're supposed to chew each bite of food 40 times. This can help our battle against preservatives. However, in today's busy world, many of us forget. Another issue with preservatives is they make it hard for our bodies to get all of the nutrients out of our food. That can put your body in a mode of fat storage. When you're not getting enough nutrients, your body holds on to the fat it has just in case nutrients stop coming in. It's a protection mechanism that can make it almost impossible to lose weight. If you've tried dieting or exercising but still couldn't lose those stubborn pounds, this is probably why. Fortunately, Mother Nature has a solution to help fight preservatives, and this will also help you if you're a fast eater. Take 3 powerful nutrients called amylase, bromelain, and lipase before you eat. These 3 nutrients are digestive enzymes, powerful natural extracts that cut through preservatives and aid your body in the process of digesting food. However, do not go and grab any bottle of digestive enzymes off of the shelf, as not all are created equal. It's critical that you get one that contains these 3 nutrients, as each one plays a different role in breaking down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Bromelain also has properties that fight inflammation and support digestion of grains. If you've ever wondered how celebrities and wealthy folks stay so thin, well, there's a good chance that one of the tricks they use is to carry these 3 digestive enzymes around with them and take them with every meal. They allow you to get maximum amounts of nutrients out of everything you eat. Yeah, even carbs. That is what makes them my first natural fat loss helper. And they are proven to work. In one study that followed 260 people using digestive enzymes over a 7-month period, 90% reported experiencing positive results, which included weight loss, foods tolerated, digestion, energy level, sleep, and overall appearance. As a physician, I can tell you that a 90% success rate when it comes to just about anything is phenomenal. Okay, now for my natural fat loss helper number 2. This thing is called a candida, and he is not a helper. Candida is a form of yeast that lives in your digestive tract along with 25 trillion other bacteria. It's okay to have a small amount of candida in your body. However, can you guess what candida feeds on? If you guessed sugar and sweeteners, you're absolutely correct. Sugar feeds candida to the point where they can begin to overgrow in your stomach. And we all know how much sugar we Americans are now consuming every single day. When candida overgrow, they begin to spill through your entire gastrointestinal tract and into your bloodstream. These yeast and fungi particles can wreak chaos throughout your entire body, depriving you of energy, slowing down your metabolism, causing brain fog, and hurting your concentration. They're also the culprit responsible for yeast infections, and when you have gas or bloating, it's often because these bad bacteria are feasting on the sugar in something you ate. However, here's the really scary part. These bacteria have also been known to hijack hormones and create cravings you may not have had before. Yes, you heard me right. Candida and its ugly bacteria friends force you to begin craving the foods they want. Next time you find yourself craving carbs or sweets or pizza or pasta, know that it's probably just those bad bacteria down there yelling, "Feed me more sugar." Candida is one of the theories why sugar and high fructose corn syrup are so addictive. Put your hand on your stomach right now. If you feel more fat there than you would like to, you may have these bad bacteria to blame. You see, not only can these yeasts clog up your system, slow down your metabolism, and make you crave bad foods, they also make it much harder for your good bacteria to get the nutrients out of your food. You'd think it'd be hard enough with all the preservatives. Now your good bacteria has to fight your way through those bad fungus too. Once the fungus is addressed, many of my patients report feeling as though a weight was lifted from their stomachs. As doctors Caroline Dean and William Crook declared in their 2005 book, The Yeast Connection in Women's Health, most women don't have even an inkling that their symptoms could be caused by yeast overgrowth in their bodies. The number of women suffering in silence, not even knowing what is really wrong, and blaming themselves for failing is, I believe, literally numbered in millions. Millions of women who can't lose weight and have no idea why. For men, I feel this can be even more true. Fortunately, as bad as this problem can be, the solution is easy, and its source is Mother Nature. You may have already heard about probiotics. What probiotics are clusters of good bacteria that you can now take in billions in one little capsule that go into your digestive tract and help against the bad bacteria. You see, the good news is you don't need to completely eliminate the bad bacteria to start getting your digestive system working properly again. You can start burning fat faster just by simply getting the right ratio of bacteria, which I found working with many of patients over the years to be approximately 75% good bacteria versus 25% bad. Never have more of my fellow doctors stressed the importance of adding something to your system than they have probiotics. Dr. Alan Walker, professor of nutrition and pediatrics at Harvard Medical School, recently said, "Evidence from clinical research demonstrates that adding good bacteria to the diet promotes a healthy digestive and immune system." And Dr. Michael F. Roizen, New York Times bestselling author and chief wellness officer at the Cleveland Clinic, feels the same way. Taking probiotics is a habit that can really benefit the digestive system, which is intricately connected to our overall health. It's certainly more beneficial than a multivitamin, as the benefits are felt right away and all throughout your body. Many are surprised to learn that balancing the bacteria in your digestive tract will often even boost your sex drive, and every part of your body begins to work faster. Be forewarned though, not all probiotics are created equal. With their surge in popularity, many companies are releasing probiotics containing cheap strains that dissolve in your stomach before they reach the critical intestinal tract. Dr. David Perlmutter, New York Times bestselling author of the book Grain Brain, recommends you choose a probiotic that contains at least 10 unique strains of bacteria and at least 10 billion colony-forming units per capsule. And I agree. Update. I now have a trusted source of high-grade probiotics as well as digestive enzymes that can ship them to you directly and save you a lot of money. I'll share it with you at the end of this presentation. And that leads me to my natural fat loss helper number 3. To explain this one, I want to ask you a question, but please answer honestly. Have you ever told yourself, just one bite, then before you knew it, you ate the entire thing? We've all been there. I've even declined desserts out at a restaurant to look healthy in front of my friends, then stopped at the mini market on the way home for ice cream or donuts. As someone who lives in America and eats a diet that probably isn't much different than yours, I know firsthand just how strong your cravings can be. This is why my third trick may be the most effective fat buster of all for you. This helper addresses a problem nearly all of my patients have had who were once overweight, and one that can wreak havoc on your digestion. I'm talking about overeating. Overeating hurts your digestive system because your body can only digest so much food in one day. The rest of it, you guessed it, it gets turned into fat. As we discussed earlier, the food cravings we get are not always natural. Fructose makes us think we aren't full when in reality we are. Candida can hijack our hormones and cause us to crave sugars and carbs. And we all know how strong emotional eating and bad eating habits can be, like popcorn during a movie. How can you fight back? Well, there's always strict discipline. However, again, I'd like to recommend to you a solution to kicking those cravings that requires less willpower so you have a higher chance of success. Once again, Mother Nature can help. I want to introduce you to a nutrient called Caralluma fimbriata. Caralluma fimbriata is the extract of a root that's been used for centuries to reduce the appetite. Tribal hunters in India would go into the forest carrying no food with them, just a couple of pieces of this root, as they didn't want the additional weight of food to slow them down. Ingesting this root would reduce their hunger cravings to the point where they wouldn't need food for several days. And now, modern-day studies have been done proving its effectiveness in reducing the appetite and reducing waist measurement. A 60-day, double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trial was conducted on 50 subjects at the St. John's National Academy of Health Sciences. The study showed significant results for waist circumference and hunger level. Another human clinical trial was performed at Victoria University in Melbourne, Australia. In this study, a 12-week, randomized, placebo-controlled study was conducted on 43 obese and overweight subjects. The study measured the effect of caralluma fimbriata on waist circumference and waist-to-hip ratio, among other factors. The study showed statistically significant results for waist circumference, positively correlated with a reduction in abdominal fat, waist-to-hip ratio decline, and significant decline in palatability of test meal and reduced sodium intake. It's these reasons why caralluma fimbriata is my #1 recommendation for emotional eaters. If you're an emotional eater wanting to hit your weight loss goals, this is a must. For as you may know, our emotions can trick us into being hungry. Caralluma fimbriata acts in your brain center to modify your hunger drive. Yet, it's also certified organic per USDA organic standards, and unlike many other appetite suppressants, it's FDA GRAS notified and affirmed safe by 6 studies. That means it's a totally safe tool to help you with your weight management. The best part? No jitters. It's clinically proven to help you suppress emotional food cravings without affecting your mood. It's for these reasons I consider caralluma fimbriata one of your most powerful allies to hit your weight loss goals. Now I'd like to introduce you to my 4th and final fat loss helper that just might be the most powerful digestive aid of all. It's called EGCG. EGCG is a powerful antioxidant, more commonly known as green tea extract. Green tea has been used for centuries to help with bloating and digestion. This is why when you eat at a Japanese restaurant, it's often served complimentary after your meal. EGCG is green tea extract in its purest form. It's also proven a metabolism booster. As weight loss expert Tim Ferriss says in his best-selling book, The 4-Hour Body, green tea extract inhibits the storage of excess carbohydrates as body fat and preferentially diverts them to muscle cells. EGCG appears to increase programmed cell death, apoptosis, in mature fat cells. This means that these hard-to-kill bastards commit suicide. The ease with which people regain fat is due to a certain fat memory. The size of a fat cell decreases, but not the number, which makes EGCG a fascinating candidate for preventing the horrible rebound most dieters experience. What that means in English is that EGCG goes into your digestive system and fires it up. Combined with exercise, it's one of the best ways to boost your fat oxidation rate. That is the rate your body burns fat all day long and even at night while you're sleeping. After several studies with mice showed that EGCG helped them dramatically reduce body fat, researchers moved on to human trials and found it had the exact same effect. In one such study, scientists discovered that ingesting green tea extract before a 30-minute cycling exercise increased people's fat oxidation rate by an average of 17%. Is it any surprise that Japan is ranked last in the entire world in terms of obesity? Okay, so now you know my 4 natural fat loss helpers. While each can help you hit your fat loss goals, the real power is how these 4 things combine together to give you optimal weight management support. Listen, Mother Nature did not intend for you to be walking around with excess fat. However, if you were born after the year 1942, it's very likely you've never had a fully supportive digestive system. That's because since the year 1950, so many preservatives, sugars, and sweeteners have been added to our American food supply, our digestive systems have not been able to keep up. I estimate that 80% of all Americans suffer from poor digestion. And I also estimate that 100% of people who are overweight have poor digestion at least partially to blame. It's not your fault you may be carrying around a few extra pounds. However, you can do something about it. So now, I'd like to invite you to get started. I've been recommending digestive support with these 4 natural nutrients for many years now. I've seen literally dozens of patients have life-changing results. However, in the past, taking them meant a lot of pill counting for my patients and a fair amount of expense. After seeing too many of them having to stop treatment that was working due to financial reasons, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I decided to create a supplement incorporating all 4 nutrients in the specific quantities and potencies one would need to see the fastest results. This way, my patients could simply take 1 pill with each meal. Since probiotics are the most difficult nutrient to find in high quality, I decided to reach out to the company that manufactured my favorite brand of probiotics first. That That company is Nucific, a California laboratory who produces what my patients and I have found to be the most effective probiotic blend for improving your gut bacteria balance. To my delight, their formulators were familiar with my other 3 fat-busting nutrients, and together we engineered a digestive supplement so powerful, I feel if word spreads, it could single-handedly end the obesity epidemic in America. One thing is for sure. Any citizen of America who wants to lose weight quickly will see instant benefits from this massive boost in digestive support. Because it combines the 4 most potent nutrients I know for optimal weight management, I decided to call this compound BIO-X4. BIO-X4 is a cutting-edge compound containing a proprietary blend of, number 1, 3 digestive enzymes. Amylase assists you in breaking down carbohydrates. Lipase assists you in breaking down fats. And bromelain assists you in breaking down proteins and is a potent anti-inflammatory. Number 2, probiotics. 4 billion colony-forming units per capsule in 5 unique strains engineered to penetrate and support your entire digestive tract. This is equivalent to 12 billion colony-forming units of beneficial bacteria each day. Number 3, Caralluma fimbriata. 166 milligrams per capsule to help you kick your cravings for bad foods. And number 4, EGCG, green tea extract, 100 milligrams per capsule to support faster metabolism. All combined into one easy-to-swallow pill to give you support with each meal. Here's what just a few users have had to say. My entire life has changed. I can shop at the stores I never could before and even bought some sexy lingerie to wear with my husband. The best part is I no longer crave bad foods. Every diet failed me, but this is easy. Thank you for giving me back my life. Betty Jean, Hawthorne, California. The weight loss took a while to start, but then I started losing pounds very quickly. My tummy is much slimmer now, and I can eat cheese again without feeling sick. Thank you for this, and you can count on me as a fan. Linda Seal, Buffalo, New York. I had tossed my scale out because I didn't like weighing myself. I was tired of being disappointed. I didn't weigh myself until my husband and multiple friends noticed I was losing weight. When I finally did, I was 20 pounds down. I have 20 more to go, and now I feel I can finally do it. June Goldstein, Encinitas, California. Isn't that amazing? Now, it's important to note that BIO-X4 is not a diet pill. As anyone who's tried it will tell you, it's much, much more than that. To start, it's a natural way to give your digestive tract maximum support to process food efficiently. It helps break down the sweeteners and preservatives in your food, so you absorb more of the vitamins, have more regular bathroom habits, and start turning what you eat into energy instead of ugly fat. BIO-X4 is also a natural way to curb your appetite. You have less cravings, you don't eat as many foods you know are bad for you, and you start feeling full at the right times, no more overeating. BIO-X4 is also a natural way to support faster metabolism, targeting excess body fat that can lead to a slimmer tummy and fat falling off of your trouble areas as your entire body begins to process what you eat more efficiently. And lastly, BIO-X4 is a natural way to support your immune health. You're less likely to get sick, and it also helps you break the hold any bad bacteria may have on your digestive tract. You'll no longer get cravings for food they want and no longer have yeast overgrowth bogging down your system. You'll see and feel the benefits of purifying your entire body from the inside out. As you can see, BIO-X4 is far more than a weight loss supplement. It's a complete digestive support compound designed not only to help you reach your weight loss goals, but support you in obtaining digestive health. The way it works is simple. Take 1 capsule of BIO-X4 with each meal 3 times a day. Then, let its powerful nutrients from Mother Nature do the rest. You'll see and feel the results within days, not weeks, as your path to a better body starts the moment you take it.
They call it starch tongue. And according to researchers at Oregon State University, if you have this in your mouth, it could be making it impossible to lose weight. Millions may be affected by it. But turns out, only a handful of people in the world are even aware of starch tongue.
You will experience hunger, low energy, and at the same time, you decrease your own metabolism.
Warning signs include cravings for starchy foods like bread, pasta, and potatoes, frequent snacking, low energy and feeling sluggish, and of course, weight gain, especially around the belly. Fortunately, world-renowned diet expert Dr. Amy Lee says, finally, there's hope, because she's just discovered a simple method to stop food cravings once and for all.
Digestive discomfort, unhealthy food cravings, diets that never seem to work. If you've struggled with any of these, you're not alone. I have too. But a stunning new discovery at Oregon State University says the real problem has nothing to do with willpower, exercise, or even so-called gut bacteria. The real problem may actually be in your mouth. My name is Dr. Amy Lee, and I made this video for two reasons. First, to tell you that you, like me, may be suffering from what researchers are now calling starch tongue, a serious health destroyer that could be the root cause of your low energy, digestive discomfort, food cravings, and even unwanted belly fat. And the second reason I made this video is to tell you how you can fix it. Because there's not only hope for a solution, there's now clinical research proving this dangerous condition is real, and even better, a method to stop it for good. That means the end of unhealthy cravings, more energy, a slimmer waistline, and best of all, a stronger, healthier body. As a doctor who specializes in nutrition and medical weight loss, I've seen these results firsthand. And now it's time to share my findings with the world. Please watch this video to the end as I'm about to give you several incredibly important pieces of information. First, a quick 2-minute tongue test to determine if you have starch tongue. The shocking new clue lobsters gave scientists about weight control. Yes, lobsters. The one Japanese snack you may want to start eating today, and a 3-minute scientifically proven shortcut to a leaner, more energetic body, one that I use every day. This is so important because as a doctor who works daily with people struggling to lose weight and get healthy, I know there's nothing more frustrating than finding out all your hard work has been sabotaged. And that's exactly what starch tongue does. It sabotages your efforts to get healthy, making you hungrier and heavier than you actually should be. I've now seen this in scores of people who are all shocked to learn that a lifetime of cravings and failed diets were actually not their fault. Fortunately, when people finally learn the one thing that's been holding them back and the simple, proven way to fix it, it's like a weight gets lifted. You find it easier to eat less, your waistline slims, and you literally feel lighter. I didn't believe it myself at first, but in all my years as a doctor helping people shed pounds, get healthier, and look younger, I've never seen results like this. That's why today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. It takes just a few minutes a day. It's a scientifically proven shortcut to a healthier body that I not only recommend to others, but that I now do myself every day to help me look and feel fantastic. Again, my name is Dr. Amy Lee. I'm board certified by the American Board of Internal Medicine, the National Board of Physician Nutrition Specialists, and the American Board of Obesity Medicine. I received my medical degree from the University of Illinois, completed my residency at USC, and studied clinical nutrition and obesity medicine at world-famous UCLA. Today, I'm proud to be regarded as one of the top weight management and nutrition specialists in Los Angeles, and I've spent my entire medical career helping patients achieve a healthy weight even when every diet and exercise routine has failed them. For me, it's not about looking better, although let's face it, that is important. But as a doctor, what I care most about is people living longer and being healthier and happier as they age. Looking slimmer and being more confident is of course a welcome side effect, and I've achieved some incredible results in this department, helping thousands of women and men lose unwanted weight and become the healthiest, happiest version of themselves. But there's been a new discovery that's actually turning everything we thought we knew about weight, health, and longevity on its head. The reason I say that is because I've always thought there were no shortcuts to better health. For years, I believed, like most doctors, that losing weight really just came down to controlling your appetite. But I would always wonder, why do some people find controlling cravings so easy, and for some, it's next to impossible? I've heard people say, it all comes down to willpower. But in my experience, this is not true. I've had patients who had incredible willpower, people who could start a Fortune 500 company, climb the world's tallest mountains, and endure the most difficult life challenges without giving up. But when it came to cutting back on snacking or losing a few pounds, they just could not do it. For years, I asked myself, why? I call this the cravings conundrum. Because the truth is, even for doctors like myself who get great results, it was always a mystery why it was so much harder for some people than others. And now we finally know why. And the answer starts right in your own mouth. I came across a type of seaweed that nobody had ever tested on humans before because it hadn't been invented yet. It's called ID algae. If that name sounds weird, it's because ID algae is actually a patented extract from a brown seaweed called Ascophyllum nodosum. That means this compound is 100% natural but synthesized into its most powerful form. Because it was a brand new, patented extract, nobody had done much research on it. But I was intrigued on the results that French researchers had seen in one early study on obese rats. In 2011, a study was conducted at BIO-X4, one of the top labs in France, to determine the effects of ID algae on obese mice. So they tested mice that were specifically on a high-fat diet. One group received ID algae for 9 weeks, the other group did not. The researchers were curious to see if this seaweed extract would impact the rats' weight. After 9 weeks, the rats who had taken ID algae daily had gained 11.8% less weight than the other rats, even though they had the same diet. Even more impressive, the rats who took ID algae gained 19% less body fat than the control group. When I saw these results, I immediately wondered if ID algae might be working because of blocking amylase, the carb enzyme, or perhaps lipase, the fat enzyme. So researchers conducted what are called in vitro tests, meaning they analyzed the effects of this extract in a lab under the strictest conditions. And to make sure that they got a good comparison, the tests were conducted not just with ID algae, but with one of the most powerful carb blockers available on the market, known as phaseolamine. What happened next was shocking. As expected, phaseolamine successfully blocked lipase, the fat enzyme, by 2%, but ID algae had blocked fat enzymes by 62%. I was blown away. But the next result was even more jaw-dropping. Phaseolamine had also blocked amylase, the carb enzyme, by a very significant 17%. Yet ID algae had blocked amylase by a staggering 83%. Yes, 83% inhibition of the enzyme which breaks down all carbs and 62% inhibition of the enzyme which breaks down all fats. No wonder the rats were losing weight. These are very big results, and based on these findings, we decided to take it to the next level and see if these results could be accomplished in humans as well. So in 2016, researchers began a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, the gold standard in human clinical trials. 88 women ages 45 and older were recruited who had a desire to lose weight. Then, they were given either ID algae or a placebo to take with their meals. They were then tracked for 16 weeks. Both groups ate the exact same amount of calories and did the exact same amount of exercise. When I saw the results, I almost had to check twice. The women taking ID algae had lost an average of over 8 pounds. Even more impressive, the weight loss was almost all fat, including an average of 3.8 pounds of belly fat gone. They also lost inches from their waist, hips, and thighs. You could see the results in these MRI scans of the women's bodies. Fat stores had shrunk all across the midsection, including both abdominal fat and visceral fat beneath the skin. Just by taking ID algae, these women looked and felt fantastic. And it made perfect sense. Fats and carbs make up about 85% of the calories most Americans eat. And for many of us, especially people with starch tongue, we're eating a lot more of these fats and carbs than we need. But ID algae is blocking the fat and carb enzymes by over 50%, meaning people who use it can eat the same types of foods, but because it doesn't get broken down, a large portion of it just passes through their digestive tract. In other words, those empty calories that used to go to their waist, hips, and thighs were now literally getting flushed down the toilet. And best of all, unlike some other weight management ingredients, our users experienced 0 signs of discomfort. I almost couldn't believe it. After years of searching, I finally knew I had a way to attack the effect of starch tongue. I immediately obtained a trial supply of ID algae and combined it with 5 other carb-blocking compounds that had topped my list of weight management tools over the years. The result was something incredible, a weight management formula unlike anything else I'd ever seen before. We called it CARB-C6. CARB-C6 is the first and only health formula to combine these 6 ingredients proven to help people look slimmer, younger, and of course, healthier. And the ingredients in this revolutionary formula have been shown to provide all of the following: more energy, a slimmer body, more sculpted physique, especially around the waist, hips, and thighs, support healthy cholesterol levels, and even help maintain healthy blood pressure. And do you know what I love most about this formula? It doesn't require a doctor, clinic, or expensive technology of any kind. We found a way to take this formula out of the lab and turn it into a single, powerful pill, one that you can take every day right from the comfort of your own home. Simply take 2 capsules of CARB-C6 before your biggest meal of the day or anytime you're about to consume carbs and starches. Then, CARB-C6 goes to work on its own, blocking these enzymes so that you absorb less carbs and fat, and they end up passing right through you. It's a natural, tested, and effective way to help you finally achieve the healthy body and the healthy life that you deserve. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get CARB-C6 in just a moment, but first, let me explain how we achieved these incredible results. You see, we didn't just stop when we discovered the carb-blocking power of ID-algae, because for me, this formula is about good health, and good health requires tackling many issues at once. So I knew I needed to combine ID-algae with ingredients proven to boost health in a host of ways. The first is a powerful ingredient known as white mulberry. White mulberry is a fruit with a long history of medicinal use in both China and Europe, and modern science has shined a light on why it's so effective. It turns out white mulberry may actually be a so-called superfood because it's high in fiber, high in protein, and packed with micronutrients. Even more impressive, studies have shown white mulberry can have a positive impact on cholesterol after just 4 weeks of use. This blew me away, as cholesterol is one of my primary concerns with patients over the age of 50. But the power of white mulberry on weight management may be the most impressive thing of all. In 2014, researchers at one of the top labs in Italy conducted a study on 46 overweight women and men. The group was divided in half, and each were put on a diet. However, one group also got white mulberry extract, while the other got a placebo. After 90 days, the placebo group of dieters had lost an average of 7 pounds, about 3% of their initial weight. But the group that took white mulberry lost almost 20 pounds, an astounding 10% of their initial weight. Even better, waist and thigh circumference had decreased significantly. In other words, combining white mulberry extract with a diet gave people supercharged results. This is a fantastic outcome that can have a massive impact, not just on appearance, but on overall health, which is why I included 200 milligrams of white mulberry extract in every serving of CARB-C6. But I didn't stop there. The next ingredient I chose for CARB-C6 is called Hibiscus sabdarifa, also known as roselle. Roselle has been on my radar for quite some time. It's used in many cultures as a flavor for tea and has a tart, tasty cranberry flavor. But I got interested when I saw a study that showed roselle could have a positive impact on something my patients really care about: blood pressure. High blood pressure affects an estimated 85 million Americans, including 2 out of 3 people over the age of 65. And left untreated, it can lead to heart failure, kidney issues, vision loss, and even strokes. And because carrying extra weight puts you at additional risk for high blood pressure, this is something I'm always on the lookout for. That's why roselle is so amazing. It has been shown to have a positive impact on healthy blood pressure in over a half dozen different studies. These studies were conducted at some of the top labs in the world, including at Tufts University in Boston, which partnered with the USDA Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging. I used to have the toughest time tracking down roselle leaves at specialty tea shops, but because we've put 200 milligrams of roselle extract into every serving of CARB-C6, I'm getting all the benefits without needing the tea. And here's where things get really interesting with roselle. You see, recent studies have shown that roselle is actually capable of acting as a potent carb blocker as well. And even more amazing, the carb blocking power seems to be activated by combining it with one other specific ingredient: white mulberry. Yes, when these two ingredients are combined, they have been shown to block amylase, the carb enzyme, just like ID-algae. And they work synergistically, meaning that combined, they unlock each other's potential more than either does individually. This is why CARB-C6 is so revolutionary. Nobody has ever achieved results like this before because nobody has ever combined these 6 exact ingredients, not just ID-algae, white mulberry, and roselle, but also my 3 favorite metabolic boosters, white kidney bean, green tea, and Gymnema sylvestre extract into one powerful formula that has given me the power to control my weight and health like nothing I've tried before. Now, at this point, I should point out that CARB-C6 is not for everyone. Firstly, please do not take CARB-C6 if you're pregnant. After all, women who are carrying a child are supposed to gain weight. I've been seeing far too many women lately who are worried about their physical appearance when pregnant. But when you're pregnant, you're eating for 2, so let nature run its course and your body will know how to adjust. However, if you've gained excess weight for other reasons, cravings you just can't control, a lack of exercise, or just the expanding belly that plagues so many people as we get older, then slimming down isn't just a good thing for your appearance, it's a good thing for your health. And CARB-C6 was designed specifically for people like you. And that includes me too. For years, I struggled not just with food cravings, but with the anxiety over my appearance and the lack of confidence that comes when you're not happy with your weight. It can make you reluctant to socialize because you don't feel like seeing people when you're not proud of the way you look. It can make you get down on yourself, especially when attempts to diet and slim down always end up in failure. If this sounds familiar, trust me, I was right there with you. But we now know these cravings, extra pounds, and failed diets are not your fault. And when you finally overcome them, it's like a switch gets flipped. I can eat what I want without the guilt. I look in the mirror and see myself the way I was always meant to be, healthy, happy, and beautiful. I'm proud to see people I haven't seen in years, and it puts a smile on my face when they tell me how fantastic I look. Best of all, I sleep easy at night, knowing that by taking care of my health, I'm going to be able to enjoy these times with my family and loved ones for years and years to come.